Man, that duck shed's ugly. But I got stuff to fix it. This is Dixon Does It, and we're gonna fix that Quack Shack. Alright, so first of all, there's some giant holes back here and, turds from animals. So I had a contraption, I don't know, it was like left over from something, just blocking it, but it wasn't doing a very good job. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I watched a couple videos, and the garage, I watched that. So first I'm going to put up my boards every 2 feet, because that's what I measured the screws on those, every 2 feet. And 2x6 and then 2x4. I could have went 1x, but then if I did a 2x down here and 1x up here, they wouldn't have matched. Everything is level. I've been putting my level on it, and then I'll put my panels on and go down that way. So let's get that going on. Making progress. I'm liking it. The only thing is, if you decide to do your shed or whatever, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm going through a lot of these screws. A lot. These screws have rubber washers with a hex head, 1/4 inch. So when they zip in, they sink in and they squish that rubber and they make a watertight seal. And then these, they lap over each other. And as long as everything's nice and straight, it just goes right down. So I'm going to keep moving. 6,000 times better. And I got that side too. Starting to look like a little baby garage here, but the front's still not done. So, it's starting to get dark out. The sun is, where is it, setting? There it is. The sun is setting on another day. So we'll get back at it another time. Time to clean up. Every time I work on the duck shed, some kind of weather issue. But I gave him a real door. Look at that. So yeah, I still got to get a knob on there, but they'll have a real door instead of a crap door. And then I'll get some more siding on here. Yeah, I was doing the siding. Remember the siding? Well, didn't get very far. You want to know why? Because it started snowing out. Yeah, it's snowing out. Now, well, the rain's better than snow, but we're supposed to get like 85-mile-per-hour winds or something. I don't know, but you know what? Let me just get a handle on here, maybe a strike plate. That way this will close. I have to keep this door on for now, only because, like critters. Critters. All right, well, another day. Well, my battery told me to take a break because, I'm using lots of screws and stuff, but that's just one issue when you're working on something. What other issues am I having? Well, the orange box store called me after I made my order and said, oh, well, we don't have the white for the roof. So I looked around and, they only carry 8-foot pieces at the blue box store. So I went to an actual place and ordered it, and it'll be here on Tuesday, and then I can get the roof, because it was raining really bad in there, like inside. It was raining outside, it was raining inside too. The roof is shot. It's very windy out. It snowed the other day. Super high winds, torrential downpours. I mean, I'm working in April outside. I really shouldn't be working in April outside. But, if you're going to go through with this, just a metal sheet roof project or whatever, just, do it in the summer. And it costs a lot too. I mean, I figured how much I needed, and I'm like, oh, it's going to cost this much. Well, I need J-channel around the door. I need the corners here. I'm like, I didn't even think about that stuff. Just the roof, the corners, and I think some J-channel today cost me $800. Plus I paid for, all the sides already. So it's just some siding is expensive. If you have somebody put it up and you start fighting them like, oh, that's kind of expensive. Well, they got to pay for all this stuff, and then they got to make a profit on top of that. They got to pay their guys, works out like that. So I'm going to keep working, and hopefully we'll get this done and I can post this video. All right, we're on the roof now, and this is what I'm working with. This kind of material, I mean, it's asphalt. So if you buy the asphalt corrugated or plastic corrugated roofing, don't. Unless you're 12 and you're making a clubhouse or something. And if you do put it in, these nails here, let me find a nail. I had one laying around somewhere. Anyway, oh, here's one. So he's got these little rubber pieces here. So when you knock them in with the hammer, they compress and make it watertight. But if you're going to put it on the ridge, you can't knock it down. You're not making it watertight. What the hell's the point? Put it down in the middle, and that way you can, you know, not that this roof's grabbing anything. This wood's rotten. There's holes. You know, what are you going to do? But, you know, the metal roof that we put on is going to be okay. So I'm ripping this off. I got some off already, and there's rolled roofing on here, which is kind of like a big giant shingle. It just comes in a roll, and you roll it out, and then you nail it, and then you put the next one on, the water sheets down, which is fine. But what tends with rolled roofing is it's so big that it just, once one piece goes, the rest of it starts going. For some reason, rolled roofing is not as good as just regular shingles, even though they're made out of the same stuff. Somebody tried tarring it just to keep the water out, and then I guess they decided to put this on. I'm not going to take this off, only because why bother? But I have to take this off because of the ridges. I'm not going to be able to put, I could put the metal on top of it, but then it's not going to be very flat. Anyways, let's take this off. My roof's coming tomorrow. I got to get this off today. And this is the kind of stuff you find when you know, take stuff off. It's, let's just get a new piece of wood on there. So it's Tuesday, 6:30, no delivery. So I decided to just take some of the scrap and make let me turn this around. I just made some soffit, you know, bent it. This stuff's pretty thick. It was hard to bend. But yeah, I made some soffit here. This is looking really boring. But anyways, we'll get a roof on there. It's 13 feet. I'm going this way. So I ordered them in 13-foot sections. It's really windy out too, so it's a good thing maybe I didn't put them up today. Well, it's done. Oh, some final touches are going to put on there, you know, make it look like a Quack Shack. But from here, it looks good, but you can definitely tell it's like amateur hour here. Like, the corners look dumb. I mean, I didn't have any coil stock. You know, a lot of this, you know, I put that in so we can, you know, feed some electricals through corners, of course. But this is nice and straight. But if you come around the corner, I had to like bend it just to conform to this. So a lot of this was done with the scrap. You know, I didn't buy a lot of stuff. The scrap from, you know, the garage over there, they left it. So I figured, hey, I'm going to use it. And I used it for all the trim. I mean, the corners I bought and some J-channel, but other than that, you know, I bought panels, and I think it looks good. I mean, not perfect. It's like I said, it's amateur hour, and I have to remind myself why I was putting all this metal up on there, and this is why. Ricky? Yeah, you need to get out. You and your buddy over there, I know you're both in here. You need to leave. Okay. So 2.5 weeks of labor and a lot of money, and now the ducks are safe. So, and it looks better. It doesn't look that much better, but it looks better. All right, Dixon does it. Peace out.